All right, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel, guys. It is time to have some fun on the channel and to do a review of this knife. This is from Reate. This is my first time reviewing any version of the EXO regular blade, so the EXO-M, if you will. I've reviewed the EXO-U, and you can check that one out. That's the utility blade, but this is the EXO-M blue line pattern, satin finish drop point, and this is the BladeHQ exclusive version in Nitro V and aluminum, of course, and these were $129. Now, before I get too far, don't go anywhere. If you're like, I don't know if I want to see a review of this knife or not, don't go anywhere, because we're going to do a cool comparison with this knife. I get asked all the time to compare this with another brand of gravity knife, and we're going to do that here, so don't go anywhere. Hint. Okay. We're going to get on this now. Before I get too far, these are out of stock, but any day now, in the next week or two from when I'm recording this video, there is going to be another BladeHQ exclusive, and you can go to their website right now, and there's a pre-order there, and I'll leave a link to that down below, and they are actually $159 for this aluminum and L-Max steel. That is a deal, guys. Very, very, very nice. Now, what are we dealing with here? We're dealing with an aluminum frame, and what's cool is you can open this up and you can kind of see what's underneath. Now, you have like a channel here and a channel here, and the blade is sitting in a carrier, okay? So if we slide it forward, you can kind of see that, and the carrier rides in these two slots and slides in and out, and it's pretty simple. If you think about it, you have a lock here, so when I get the knife, it's locked, okay? We do have a tip up, tip down, wow. We have a tip down, interesting, tip down, loop over pocket clip. Get it out of your mouth. It is a reversible knife, and again, there's that BladeHQ exclusive. You do have some nice milling. There's some great chamfering as well. This guy feels very light in the hand, and we'll talk about that in the specs. Now, if you unlock it, all you have to do is drop this guy and tip it forward, and there comes your blade, okay? Then I can close it and lock it, and now you've got a fully operational pocket knife. Yes, you do get a little side to side and a little up and down, no in and out, and it is definitely locked up pretty dang nicely, and dirty because I've been cutting with it, but really nice. And again, this is in Nitro V, and Nitro V is a steel I really like in the more budget category. I find it takes a really nice edge and cuts really, really nicely. I like how they did stonewash up on the flats and then satin on the swedge and the blade. And yeah, I've been cutting with it, guys. Sorry about that. But a really easy, simple knife, if you ask me. Now, again, you unlock it, you drop it, you lock it, okay? Then you unlock it, and you tip it back, and you close it and lock it. That's how simple this guy works. Very, very cool. There's not, you know, if you think about it, there's no springs. There's no, I mean, there's nothing. It is literally a blade on a slide coming in and out, and you have a locking mechanism and a closing mechanism, which I think is pretty dang cool, if you ask me. Really interesting knife, to say the least. Now, you say, nice drop point blade there, of course. Does it cut? And the answer is, yes, it absolutely does. It's a fine cutter, no problems whatsoever. I've had fun cutting with it. Now, we do have a sharpening choil. You saw me kind of get caught in the sharpening choil. I'm going to wipe the blade just a little bit so you can see it a little better. There we go. I hate for the blade not to get the opportunity to put its best foot forward. No, okay, whatever. But really, really nicely done by Reate. Now, again, Reate's been doing some more budget-friendly stuff lately, which I think is really, really nice. This was $129, and even that L-Max version at $159. I mean, that's a great, great price. Now, let's go ahead and do our comparisons and our specs, and then we will get into the comparison that I get asked about all the time. So there is the Ontario Rat 1, which is, man, I don't know what it is with all my knives being so dirty. I guess I just use stuff too much. Oh, no. I didn't really get it clean, but there you go. Little bit smaller than the Rat 1 and a little bit bigger than the Rat 2. Now, I'll throw some B-roll in here while I'm doing the specs. We'll do that. So this guy is 7.64 inches overall. It is 3.25 on the blade length with the 3.2 cutting edge, which is pretty much all the way, just that sharpening choil, which is the plunge grind is relieved very nicely, so no problems there. It is in Nitro V. The blade thickness is 0.13, so you can see here, decently thin stock. I mean, it's not super thin. I got these other two knives here, and they're detracting from the focus, so we'll try that again. There we go. Very, very nice. Plain edge, of course, flat grind. The handle thickness is 0.53, so a little thicker than that standard 0.5, but not much. Really, really close indeed. And the handle length is 4.39, and the weight on this guy, really? Did they really not list the weight? Okay, guys. They didn't bother to list the weight, so we're going to take care of that for you. All right, so let's just see what the weight on this guy is once my scale zeroes out. 3.39 ounces. And again, this guy right here is 129, and these are expected to be back in October with the Nitro V steel. They've ordered more. They went extremely fast. Now, if I go back here, I'm going to go over to the LMAX version. It is listed as a pre-order. There are a bunch of different versions there, including this exact looking one with LMAX steel. And again, it's $159, and it looks like the specs are pretty much entirely the same. And those will be coming soon. All right, let's jump in to my thoughts on a comparison with another gravity knife in my collection. Now, little caveat right off the top. This is the Remette RT-Swordfish. And of course, what is the Swordfish, guys? It's a premium knife. This is a budget knife. So I'm comparing them in the sense of the use and the mechanism. I'm not really comparing these as apples to apples because they are apples to oranges. This is $129. This is like $280 or something like that. You've got carbon fiber and titanium. I'm just comparing them in size and in function, okay? So you got about the same length. The Swordfish might be just slightly longer. Handle-wise, you can see they are very, very similar. Handle-wise, I get asked this a lot. Now, you can see the Remette is even thicker, okay? This guy's 0.53. Again, this is even a little bit thicker, like maybe 0.58 or something like that. So you can see there. Now, blade-wise, of course, this one's more of a tanto here with an extra point here. This one's more of a drop point. But cutting performance is going to be fairly similar. And one of the things I liked the most about the Swordfish is how good it cuts. And if you want to see my review on the Swordfish, you can. But it is just a fantastic cutter. Easy peasy, just slices like nobody's business. Now, mechanism-wise, and in the little bit of room I've left myself here, we'll talk. Okay, so the first thing is with this one, you do have a lock, okay? So that's going to keep it from coming out. You know, it should. Comes free, comes down, and it slides very smooth, okay? On the Swordfish, you have a button that actuates these ears on the side, and the ears are what hold, let me move this. The ears are what hold the knife in. So when I'm pushing, that blade should just easily slip out, and the same thing, push, and it slides back down. You can see the mechanism on this one is also very smooth. Again, no springs. It's just gravity pulling the knife out. Now, the one thing I like more about this guy Now, you do have a lock. So in other words, when the EXO-M is open, it's locked, okay? So it shouldn't go back in, shouldn't any of those things. But what I like about this one is when I'm using it, I'm holding that blade in place even more. And guys, there is a little bit of side to side, but there is no up and down, which tells me now if I let go, there's a little bit of up and down. But when I'm clamping down on this to use it, there is definitely none of that. Now, you know, again, when the blade is inside, unless I actuate this, those ears or trapdoors aren't going to come open. And so this shouldn't come out, but they actually sell this with a sheath just in case you're worried about that. And I think that's actually a pretty cool add-on. But, you know, I think both are really cool. I did say when the Swordfish came out, and again, the only Reate I had actually had in for review was the EXO-U, and now this is the M. Now, I didn't have either of the, by the way, if you guys don't know, there are other versions of the EXO platform in more premium versions that come into stock from time to time at different dealers. And I've never had any of those in for review, although I've handled it. I just didn't like the more, at first when I handled those, the more gimmicky part of the knife just kind of feeling cracked open, if you will, if you understand what I'm saying. This one is very simple. The handle stays intact. The blade just comes out, and then you use it, and it comes back in. So if you're asking me which one I favor, I would definitely say the platform, I would prefer the Swordfish. But if you're asking me price-wise, it's obviously the Reate, and the blue is beautiful. But I think overall, I still think this is a slightly better design and very much outside the box and just very secure. So I think it's a tough decision. I think they're 1 and 1A, if you will. You could get either one of these and be very happy. And since Remette does not currently have a budget version of the Swordfish, I think if you're looking to get something in a more budget-friendly price bracket, I think the Reate is the way to go. So there is your gravity knife comparison. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'm not sure why I just growled, but anyway, whatever. Very, very interesting. So let me know, which one do you think you would prefer? Have you seen them? What are your thoughts? And definitely like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And guys, thank you for watching. Try to have fun with these videos for sure. And I hope you like this one for real. Have a good one. And thanks for watching the Knives Fast channel.